This is Anchor Amy. Today's topic is about street cleaners in Hong Kong. The poor are those with incomes below a given level, but the features associated with poverty are much more than that. They are grounded on social, cultural, economic, ethnic, and other features that make it a multidimensional concept. For the further thorough explanation, I will show the screen. In terms of economic dimension, poverty is often measured based on income levels and access to resources. Inequality, on the other hand, relates to the unequal distribution of resources and opportunities among different social groups. For social dimension, it can impact access to education, healthcare, housing, and social services. Discrimination and exclusion also play a significant role in perpetuating social inequality. In terms of health dimension, poverty can lead to inadequate access to healthcare, resulting in poorer health outcomes. Inequality can mean certain groups can have less access to quality healthcare, leading to health disparities. Poverty and inequality can impact political power and representation. Marginalized groups might have less influence and access to decision-making processes. Poverty and inequality can limit access to cultural resources and opportunities. For example, going to theater, museum, and a lot of cultural activity. I'll pass the camera to reporter Don, who will be showing street cleaners in Hong Kong.
Thanks for the camera. Now let's shed light on a group of individuals who often go unnoticed, despite their essential role in our communities: street cleaners. These dedicated workers play a crucial role in maintaining the cleanliness and hygiene of our cities. Yet many of them find themselves trapped in a cycle of poverty. Like many other individuals in low-wage occupations, they are among the working poor. These hardworking individuals put in long hours and perform physically demanding tasks, yet their income falls below the poverty line. Despite their commitment and contribution to society, they face financial instability and lack access to basic necessities. This unfortunate reality highlights the systematic issues that perpetuate income inequality and the need for better support systems to uplift those in low-wage occupations. The concept of relative poverty further emphasizes the struggles faced by street cleaners and others in similar circumstances. Relative poverty measures an individual's or family's income and standard of living in relation to the average within their society. It reveals the disparities that exist within our communities and shows that poverty is not solely about absolute income but also about the economic context in which individuals live.
What are your impressions about street cleaners in Hong Kong?
I have a positive view on these cleaning workers. For example, I think they are kind of like unsung hero. They are working anonymously. I think they deserve a higher wage. Yes, in Hong Kong.
I think they grew up in a poor family and they're not well educated. They don't have the skills. That's why they cannot find a better job and end up being cleaning workers.
We can conclude that the general public has mixed comments about street cleaners. Here are the main points we can generate from the interview. Let's see what are the true thoughts and feelings of the street cleaners.
我哋去咁樣，我哋冇咩㗎，去12000幾。之前仲死啊，之前10700，10700。係幾年前去10700一人單位啊，唔想超過10700。係啊，因冇辦法啦。有冇曾經即係翻嗰陣時受過傷都係？反為入到呢個咧，咁嗰陣時候佢然後佢入去5個桶垃圾咧，上車咧，嗰桶垃圾就彈翻轉頭，就撞到佢嗰個下巴，流血，係佢就喐手喐腳咯。
Now let's talk about how different stakeholders view the problem of exploitation of street cleaners. We will talk about who want and who don't want to change the current situation. Firstly, the street cleaners must want to change the situation because they are the ones being exploited. They work hard to maintain the city's beautiful landscape, but they do not receive fair income. They do not have a safe working environment, and they face labor abuses. Secondly, people that care about minorities and social welfare would want to change the situation. For example, some social workers, journalists, and the Hong Kong Confederation of Trade Unions. They help raise public awareness by publishing news and protesting. They sometimes also take legal actions against exploiting companies when contractors cheat on the outsourced workers' holidays and salary, which is quite common. Then, which stakeholders do not want to change the current situation? It would be the government and the outsourced companies. Governments have limited resources and outsourcing street cleaners is the cheapest option. Also, there are always more urgent things for the government to deal with. The government may act only if he faces public pressure. The most straightforward way to have the street cleaners is increase their hourly wage. Companies will not agree to give high wages to the street cleaners because their profit would reduce.
Here are some statistics regarding the financial situation of Hong Kong street cleaners. According to HK Indeed, the average salary of Hong Kong street cleaners is 14,642 Hong Kong dollars, while the average income in Hong Kong is 435,000 Hong Kong dollars. The huge income gap illustrates the difficulty of sanitation workers meeting their basic needs, like food, housing, and other necessities. Moreover, the job opportunities are limited due to the lack of education. According to a survey from the Occupational Safety and Health Council, which interviewed 433 street cleaners, 62.7% of them are primary school education level or below. The lack of qualifications for higher salary jobs means they are less likely to escape the poverty cycle, as they are less likely to have savings or the ability to invest, which remains in a lower income level. The inequality towards street cleaners should not be neglected as well. Number of research indicates that the outsourced street cleaners will only pay minimum wage 40 Hong Kong dollars. Street cleaners are required to pay for their own work equipment, have inflexible lunch breaks, and take little rest periods. These aspects show that street cleaners are being exploited. According to SCMP, the family member of street cleaners think this occupation is embarrassing. Street cleaners suffer from discrimination and blame from the society. Street cleaners play a crucial role to the society. Not only they are the front line of preventing health hazards, but also create a clean and pleasant environment.
Potential targets we would like to address on how to alleviate poverty and inequality faced by street cleaners. Number 1, to reduce discrimination and stigma about street cleaners. Number 2, to improve the working environment and create resting areas for street cleaners. Number 3, to provide vocational training to teach street cleaners how to prevent strains. Number 4, to provide financial aid to street cleaners to improve their standard of living. Based on these targets, we would like to suggest some possible solutions. Socially, we can reduce discrimination and stereotypes through education and social media. For example, the general public can repost news about the difficulties and discrimination faced by street cleaners and spread this information in district awareness groups on social media. This raises the community's awareness and empathy to respect street cleaners' hard work and promote fair working conditions. Environmentally, NGOs can recruit volunteers and social workers to provide necessary supplies and create resting areas for street cleaners. For example, social workers can set up collection points to invite citizens to donate masks and salon pads to relieve their physical pain. Vocational training can also be provided by the Labor Department of the government to teach street cleaners preventive measures and exercises that can relieve strains. This reduces environmental inequality by facilitating street cleaners to adapt to changing environments and improving public utilities. Economically, we can refer street cleaners to social workers to help them apply for subsidies and allowances. Social workers can assist them in forming labor unions and advocate for increasing their minimum wage and welfare protection to reduce relative poverty.